We're not going to put up with this British humiliation anymore, these unfavorable treaties that we were forced to sign. And so now they're giving it back to us with the fentanyl. They basically, for 100 years before the end of World War II, we were talking about this before the show, there's what was called the Opium Wars. The British, the East India Company was basically selling opium into China, 1830s, 1840s, poisoning their populace, destroying their intelligence, making them agrarian. Basically, the Chinese revolted and said, we want opium to be illegal. Well, the British came in with their advanced weaponry and stomped them down. Said, no, it's not. So 5 years later, the Chinese rose up again. The British and the French went in, stomped them down completely, and said opium's going to be legal in China. For 100 years, they call it the century of humiliation. This was like a call of the Chinese Communist Revolution. We're not going to put up with this British humiliation anymore, these unfavorable treaties that we were forced to sign. And so now they're giving it back to us with the fentanyl. I mean, this war is still going on.
They're giving it to the United States because of what the British did?
Yes. Now they want to destroy our what do they call brain drain? They want to create brain drain in the United States so we can't industrialize properly for the 21st century.
I do think that it's actually not friendly competition, but I don't think that it has much to do with the way that England treated China 100 years ago.
I'll be more clear. I think that it's not that they're have a personal grudge. It's that they look at what's the arcing power structure on Earth right now. It's the liberal economic order. Let's destroy that with the same technique that was used against us. Let's poison their populace through opium.
They're doing a very specific ultra nationally capitalist thing right now, and that's kind of, I think, their main way. Fentanyl is probably being used to hit us, but the way China is doing things is that they are putting their tentacles into South America and Africa and the Middle East through the Belt and Road Initiative, and what they plan to do is offer these countries more than they could ever possibly repay in infrastructure and things like that. And then when those countries default on their debt, well, now China gets something back somehow. What is it? It's their natural resources. It's that China gets to build military bases. China might even get to take over their governments. So China's doing something very insidious to extend its empire into the world that the United States has basically propped up with aid for not hundreds of years, but decades now. And they're trying to usurp that from us while at the same time poisoning us from behind.